Hey everyone, how are you all doing? It's another week for Crypto Talk for us here at Satoshi Media, and I'm so glad you guys can join us. I hope you had a blast with our previous episode about all the success stories we featured. But today is different because from last week's successes, this week's episode is all about the opposite of triumph. But you know what? These are all parts of life. Remember how many times Thomas Edison had to try over and over and over before he finally perfected the light bulb? Nope, me neither. But I'm willing to bet some of my Bitcoins that this was more than a handful of times. The point is, most, if not all of the great successes out there have had to go through a bunch of fails too. So buckle up and get your tissues ready as we tackle cryptocurrency's downfall stories. In a story published by CNBC's Make It column, crypto investor Brian Wen says he unexpectedly woke up one morning to see that he'd lost the nearly $470,000 he had invested in a crypto project. Wen admits that he didn't investigate the project thoroughly enough prior to investing and says we in crypto tend to have a buy first, do research later mentality. It appears that the project called Anubis DAO raised $60 million with the sale of its token, ANC. DAO, by the way, for those of you who are new to crypto, stands for Decentralized Autonomous Organization that runs on the blockchain technology. Cooper Turley, an investor and builder of several popular DAOs, simply put it as an internet community with a shared bank account. While Anubis identified itself as a DAO, the details of the project and its purpose are still unclear. According to Wen and others who say they invested in Anubis DAO, the entirety of $60 million fund were transferred and then went missing. Others believe it could be a rug pull, a common type of crypto scam where developers abandon a project and leave with investors' funds, though there is currently no concrete evidence of that. Wen says Anubis DAO was appealing to him because it marketed itself in a similar way to other dog-inspired cryptocurrencies like the Dogecoin or Shiba Inu, which have surged in popularity lately. And the sale being on Copper Launch, a well-known crowdfunding mechanism, also added some legitimacy. After people began tweeting and talking about losing their money on Reddit, Anubis DAO tweeted that the incident was a result of an unforeseen error with the Copper Launch. In response, Copper Launch said it hadn't been compromised, but the Anubis team seems to have compromised their admin keys, or a string of letters and numbers similar to a password that is used to unlock access to a holder's cryptocurrency. Unfortunately, guys, losing money in crypto investments is not uncommon. If it is a scam or a phishing attack, it's unlikely that your funds will be returned. This in part is why experts generally deem cryptocurrency to be risky, volatile, and a speculative investment. Estimates of losses in crypto land are hard to come by and range from hundreds of millions of dollars to $1 billion a year. Harry Denley, director of security at MyCrypto, a cryptocurrency management company, says that every day between 30 and 50 people get in touch with him looking for help in recovering as little as $500 to as much as $1.2 million. In nearly every case, there's little he can do. This brings us to our next story on some of the takeaways learned by NFT buyers who got scammed. NFTs or non-fungible tokens fame is skyrocketing and is likely to keep growing, with some forecasts putting the NFT market at $80 billion by 2025, thus attracting more and more buyers. Unfortunately, this has attracted more and more scammers as well, and malicious activity within the NFT investment space is surging, using investor interest in NFTs and cryptocurrency as an entry point for phishing attacks. Cybercriminals are increasingly deploying credential-stealing malware to hijack crypto accounts and stealing cryptocurrencies and other digital assets. Now we are sharing to you a part of Morphsec.com's new report, Journey of a Crypto Scammer, NFT001, which covers these findings to uncover the motivations, infrastructure, and activities of one of the most dangerous and fast-developing threat actor campaigns targeting this sector, and how to stop them from moving target defense. Harder for users to spot. The evolved cryptos observed by Morphsec in the new campaign continue to be delivered through malicious Discord bots operating within the NFT and crypto communities. These bots direct users to a decoy website where they are prompted to download a malicious desktop application. Messagebots have developed advanced phishing capabilities in the latest iterations of its attack chain. The variety of sites or applications being used as decoys has also grown, with more communities being targeted. To make malware delivery easier, attackers are now leveraging distributed application architecture to centralize delivery. Impossible signature-based AV to detect. Besides deployment, the execution process of the cryptors is also becoming more sophisticated. We can confirm that many cryptors now use DLL sideloading, enabling cryptors' payload to pose as a legitimate application file on the victim's device. This means that the signature-based solutions will find it's impossible to recognize these files as malicious. Based on their research, Morphisec can clarify that these RATs are being used as payloads, indicating that the threat actor's goal is to steal credentials for other crypto wallets. Morphisec stops these attacks with moving target defense. Their investigation into Baba Data last year showed that the crypto is highly obfuscated during execution and deployment. Now able to hide within trusted application, cryptors like Baba Data are entirely invisible to signature and behavior-based malware detection tools. However, one thing hasn't changed. Morphisec can still detect and stop these advanced crypto attacks before they compromise targeted devices. The reason why is that the moving target defense technology doesn't rely on scanning files for recognizable threats or knowing whether or not it can trust an application. Instead, Morphisec stops threats by morphing device memory and confusing and trapping in-memory attacks like Baba Data in real time. We do hope this could help you with breach prevention and securing your crypto assets. Now that's all we have time for on this episode, but stay posted for more from us here in Satoshi Media. Don't forget to like the video, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.